Soon finished. In the definition of physics given above, we meet with two undefined concepts, space and matter. Yeah, you know, like when you were little, you'd say to your mum, right, Mum, what's up there, the sky, or your dad, what's after the sky, is there more sky, what's after that, and 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 what's after that. It's like I was saying to you before in my little waffle about taking an area and dividing it, then you're left with a remainder, then you can divide it, but you're left with a remainder, then you can divide it, and you're left with a remainder, and you can divide it. You can put it in your calculator, this, and work it out. Take 1, divide it, 0.5, divide it, 0.125, divide it. You will continue, you can never get to 0. Yeah, you will continually get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, like infinitely. In the same way, yeah? You go out, and you go out, and you go out, and go out as far as the Hubble telescope can see, and then you will go out, and then there has to be something surrounding that, and there has to be something surrounding that, and there has to be something surrounding that, and then there has to be something. So it's like saying, right, the Big Bang was caused by something, which then has to be caused by something, which has to have something underlying that, which then has the superstring has to have something underlying that, and something underlying that, and something underlying. Your primary cause has to have a primary cause underlying it, which then has to have a primary cause underlying it, or a primary support or structure underlying it. Yeah? You'll always have something, you just come to an infinite continuum. Yeah? Space. Even if you come to a point where the universe ends, say, then after that is an infinity which goes on forever and ever and ever. But then you have a symbiosis, because really then, I think I've said this before, that infinite space is like the womb, and the universe is then a seed, or creation is then a seed within that womb. So there is symbiosis. One gives rise to the other. And then actually what happens where the something actually ends and nothing begins? Well, then you cannot actually have something ending, because then everything back from that point would cease to exist, really. All you've really got is a warp. Yeah? By the same token, to then say, you've got this kind of skin where something ends, yeah, and everything after that is infinity. Well, then that's not truly infinity, because it might be infinity going off in that way, but then it comes to this point where there's something starts, so then it isn't true infinity, because for it to be truly infinity or truly nothing, it should extend both ways forever, and there should be no something. See what I'm getting at? Yeah. If infinity can zero off that way, or nothing can go off that way forever and ever, but then suddenly stop and there be this bubble of something, then it's not true nothing. Yeah? And by the same token, something cannot suddenly become nothing, because then everything back from that point was stopping it from ceasing to exist. You can't see what I'm talking about. All you just get is a reduction, a warp, or what they call an event horizon. Yeah? Anyway, where was I? Did you get that? Well, think about it. In the definition of physics given above, we meet with two undefined concepts. It's like, you're saying, evolution, Darwin. Right. And I think I've said this before. Right. I'm living by the water, and I'm splishing and sploshing about by the water, and after a few million years, my ancestors suddenly develop or grow webbed hands, or webbed feet. How? You say accident or not survival of the fittest. What is it? Natural selection. Well, what is natural selection? That you're implying then that something, it's not like I'm there by the water's edge going, grow webbed hands in a million years for my ancestors. Grow. Yeah? I'm just there splashing about. So what is it about my skin and my body that can somehow read that I'm in water and is thinking, right, maybe I should start to grow webs? Because something must think, water, I'll adapt to the water. Or it just does it automatically. Well, even if it does it automatically without a conscious thought, it has to have some kind of recognition that, this is best. Yeah? You talk Darwin, admittedly, Darwin got bits and pieces right of this and that. But again, you're working with unknown quantities, and you come to a brick wall in your theory, where you just use a word like, accident, or natural selection. What is natural selection? There has to be some kind of guiding principle, some ordering principle, something which says, right, this is best for me to develop webs because I'm near water. or it just kind of trips into it. Even if it trips into it, how come it keeps tripping into this? You see what I'm getting at? Yeah? How the fuck can a being here, living by the water's edge, in a million years' time, its fucking ancestors suddenly grow webbed feet, or running fast in a million years' time, suddenly you got wings? Because something has realized, something has decided that is best for it. You see, you cannot define natural selection. You cannot even define accident. It's like I was saying the other day. You could say, oh, they had a car accident. Well, what is that? In order to have the car accident, you have to have a few parameters that have been planned. What do I mean? Well, for a start, you need cars. Cars are built and planned. You need roads. Roads are built and planned. Then you need drivers, yeah, with conscious decisions that I've got to go to work and I'm late and I've got to go quick, yeah? And so you need a number of planned events or occurrences, which then you have the law of averages work on, and eventually, because you were going so fast and this person and this fast, crunch, you hit each other. So in a sense, the law of averages is an inevitability. Therefore, in a sense, your accident is fated. It's destined to happen.